Hi, my name is Wahyu Zulsazli. My name F52121047 Prodi Sistem Informasi. I want to discuss one of Indonesia history that is less known to us, namely the confrontation of battle between Indonesia and Malaysia. On March 10, 1965, the McDonald's building in Singapore was exploded by a bomb. This explosion killed 3 and injured approximately 30 people. While confusion is spread, in this case, the two Indonesian Marines are not only targeting Singapore but all of Malaysia, both in the northern peninsula of Kalimantan. Indonesia message is not that attack like this will not stop until Indonesia goals are achieved, which is the destruction of the Malaysian Federation. Not even a decade after Malaysian independence and uniting Singapore, Sabah and Sarawak, who now have to fight against Indonesia aggression, a country that was previously considered to be twin its own brother. Many factors have contributed to Indonesia and Malaysia. Since long time ago, Malaysia and Indonesia had a close relationship during the Sriwijaya and Malacca kingdom. Unlike Europe, this ancient kingdom did not have territorial boundaries. The power of king measured by number of followers, not the area of territory. As a result, there is a strong interaction through trade, marriage, and immigration between the Malay Peninsula and Sumatra. The colonialism came and with its concept of a border. In an effort to counter the domination of the Dutch as a trading center in Batavia, the two countries signed the Anglo-Dutch Treaty, which divided the territory between Britain in peninsular Malaysia and the Netherlands in archipelago. And then the Boundary Agreement limited the territory between England and Siam. Then Englishman named James Brooke became king in Borneo, in what is now Sarawak and Sabah. In the end, it was controlled by a British company called North Borneo. The company then the British brought in thousands and even million foreign workers from China and India as a coolie and laborers. As time went on, Malaysia becomes more and more dissatisfied with British colonialism because the arrival of foreign workers in large numbers was increasing, marginalized the Malay who were still forced to work on plantation. As a result of disappointment with the Western colonial system mixed with suspicion of the immigration, they felt the immigration benefit more from British colonialism than the original Malay. Solidarity between Malaysia and Indonesia was getting closer with the growth of ideology and sense anti-colonial thinking at Al-Azhar University, Cairo, and Sultan Idris training in Malaysia. Indonesia and Malaysia often form organizations, with some even admire Sukarno and participate in Indonesia Revolution in 1945. From the interaction at this university, someone unite the basis of religion Islam, and there also one socialism and Malaysia nationalists such as Ibrahim and himself from the Muda Melayu Union, not only wanting independence from Britain but also wanting Indonesia unite on the basis of the glory in the Asian kingdom. Like Sriwijaya, on August 12, 1945, Japan, which colonized Indonesia, and Malaysia brought Ibrahim and Sukarno together. The brief meeting, they agreed that in accordance with BPUPKI meeting, the independence granted by Japan would cover the territory of Indonesia, Malaya, and North Borneo. But this dream ran aground. Japan surrendered to Ally when there was vacuum of power and chaos in the archipelago. Sukarno continued to hold of the promise of independence by Japan, but the young group encouraged Sukarno to proclaim independence as soon as possible. As a result of the hasty proclamation, Japan did not have time to properly organize the union between the two countries, and their proclamations were announced on 17 August 1945. Malaysia disadvantaged. Britain did not stay silent. This opportunity was used by him when he returned to Malaysia. While Indonesia was busy fighting the Dutch, British made an offer independence to Malaysia, and that made relations Indonesia and Malaysia get worse. In 1945, there was a social revolution in Sumatra. Indonesian nationalists and communists invaded various sultanates in East Sumatra. Family and supporters of the Langka Serdang, Asahan, and Indragiri sultanates were arrested and even killed as an attempt to suppress the remains of feudalism in Indonesia. For Malaysia, who considered the sultanates as fellow Malaysia, a similar fate could befall them if they unite with Indonesia. Anti-communist Malay believe that uniting with Indonesia was tantamount to destroy Malaysian culture in Malaysia. In contrast to Indonesia, Britain made a more attractive offer, namely that Britain will not abolish the Malay Sultanates in Malaysia. After a long debate between the UK and United Malay National Organization or UMNO, the independence of Malaysia was agreed on 31 August 1957. As a federal state, this was not enough for Tunku Abdul Rahman, the first Premier Minister of Malaysia, and he wanted to ensure that any Chinese and Indians instantly become minority. To achieve this, Tunku Abdul Rahman seek to unite Singapore and Sarawak and Sabah, and he had to be careful. Firstly, he must not provoke Indonesia, because there are still many in the population of Malaysia who are pro-Indonesia. Second, he has to convince the people of Sabah and Sarawak that they are basically Malaysia. 30 July to 5th August 1963, Indonesia leader Malaysia, Philippines meet in Manila. The three of them agreed to postpone the merger of Sarawak and Sabah with Malaysia. The United Nations led by U Tan will conduct research and determine whether of people Sabah and Sarawak want to unite with Malaysia or not. Indonesia, Malaysia, and then Philippines also agreed to not to involve foreign military in this process, and thus it's all supported by the USA, Australia, and New Zealand, but not by the UK. The British believe that this was just a trick of President Sukarno to thwart British interests in Southeast Asia.